Hi, this is Chris Rossi here. Um, so as I was thinking of what video to make, I thought of making why to make better homeless shelters. As I have made at least one video on better homeless shelters. Pretty sure more than one. Um, and about not just better homeless shelters, also on this cause creating better homeless shelters. I myself have been homeless, and I believe that besides trying to help anyone with this cause, I'm doing this about having membership places to make that happen. Having something very um, enthusiastic, exciting, inspiring, motivating, positive, loving. A lot more that are great when it comes to this cause with making the world a better place. That where I've been homeless, I learned different things when it came to being homeless. I learned about how shelters are different, how one shelter is better than another, or how a shelter that is better has things about it that aren't as good as another shelter. Do you know that some of the worst shelters have things about it that are better than some of the better shelters? Like, for example, a lot of people are homeless, do struggle with things, whether it be addiction, whether it be saving money, having a steady job, mental health, physical disability. Unfortunately, that's one of them too. It's sad to see when people who are physical disability that are homeless, besides anyone to be homeless. Um, so I've seen many different things that are positive and negative when it comes to homeless shelters. One of them being is the fact that they make you go out and walk during the day. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. And that can be a downfall because how are you really helping someone besides providing a place to stay if they have to leave during the day? And to top it off, they have to take their stuff with them. So how are they supposed to go get a job? Okay, that's one. And then not only get a job, but where are they gonna go put their stuff? And then how are they gonna better themselves when they're like, say I have nowhere to go, no friends, no family, nowhere. So they're wandering endlessly around. Maybe they struggle with mental health. Maybe they're just struggling in general. Maybe they just need something positive in life because they're homeless or because they've, they're in that position where there's not as much hope or things are not going good, and they're having to walk during the day. Now, in some ways, people be like, "Well, they shouldn't just stay at that shelter and just do nothing." Well, true, they shouldn't do that either. There are shelters that will let you stay there, and you could do nothing quite a lot there. And there are people, and I've heard in shelters that have stayed there for years. Before I was homeless, I didn't know all these different things, but after I was, even when I wasn't, I found out different things. That being one of them. Um, Another thing is, okay, some shelters will have bed bugs, and that's not good because of some people that have bed bug issues. And then another issue is let's see, the things that they allow at the shelters that people get away with, um, things like that. Um, the whole thing about I'm trying to think because there's many different things that are positive and negative, but there's also things that not so much what they do or don't do, but what they could do better, stuff like that. It's the fact that one of the problems is though is what they don't do. Um, Quite often it's all up to you. There's a place to stay, and it's all up to you. That's all good because it's good to to make something good of your life and do it on your own, and that and be responsible and take action yourself. However, when people have struggled with homelessness, whether it be once, twice, three times, four times, and it could be more than that, or maybe they were homeless that one time and they've been homeless for a year or two or longer. Unfortunately, that's happened. Um, and they really need that help. And the help can be out there, but if you don't go and take action, and go for it, then that can be hard to. And then the other issue is like, it can be hard to get that help. The other issue is you know, where housing can be expensive, and a lot of them are trying to find cheap housing, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of things, and okay, I'm not really going a lot into it. Um, but okay. So another thing is that a lot of them don't make you volunteer or do work services. Well, you can't really make someone volunteer because I wouldn't be volunteering, but I have work services. I mean, volunteering option isn't always available either, but work services where being at the shelter, you have to do work services. There are some out there that do that, but not most of them that I've at least been to. I've been to more than one, and probably not even most, but I could be wrong because there's a lot of shelters out there. Um, and then some are cleaner than others. Some let you come in earlier to the shelter. Some will provide clothes there. Some won't. Some will let you keep more stuff there and then some will have like it. Have it where you can only be there 2 weeks, or even I've heard of a shelter that only let you stay there for a day, or a shelter where once you leave you can't come back for 30 days. Then there's could only where you could only stay there for 30 days. And then you can't come back for a year. There's many different things that can be not good. Another issue though, because I'm trying to think of things as I'm going in this video, and another lot is coming to my mind other than shelters can be better. And one of the things with this cause creating better homeless shelters is that I noticed that basically how do I put this? I'm trying to think. It's like, why are people? One issue. I'm really tired. Don't mind me, but that one issue is that why are people chronically homeless? Like keep playing homeless longer and longer, and it's good when a shelter can help you out for as long as you need it, but when someone's homeless for like 4 months and then 5 months, and okay, well, the most you should need, if at all, is like in terms of that long, or even if at all, if you're end up homeless, is like 5 to 6 months max, and that can be because you have trouble finding a job. That could be in terms of saving money. That can be in terms of wanting to get yourself together before you get into a place again. Different factors. Maybe it takes 2 months to get a job. Then it takes about 3 to 4 months to get into a place. So that's one. That's another issue. Then to think, oh, this is the issue I was thinking of. Is that there are a lot of shelters that could be full, and what about people that end up being on the street who don't want to be, or even people on the street that would more likely be in a shelter if the shelter was better, for instance. This sound a little bit like what? Are you trying to be funny or something, or are you serious? I thought of this at least once or more. Why not make shelters? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Ready? Why not make shelters like mansions? Why not make shelters like this really nice looking place? And you're thinking, what is this person thinking? Like, probably, most likely a lot of you. I don't know if I'm hoping one day I'll get like 10,000 or 100,000 or even a million or over 500 million views, that kind of thing. And then that will happen with those kind of reactions. But anyways, it's like, you could be thinking that. You could be thinking many things. Why would a homeless shelter be looking like a mansion? That doesn't make sense. The people are poor, they're homeless, or they don't have any money, broke and homeless, So why make that like a mansion? Listen to this. Listen carefully. Why do that? See, obviously, a homeless shelter is a temporary place, right? Obviously, it's for people that have money, or they're poor, and they don't have a home, right? Well, this is the thing: is for people who are homeless, their attitude can make a difference based on their environment, based on their situation that they're in, based on where they're staying, and how they're living their life. who's around them, etc. Which it could be their environment, So anyways, if a place doesn't look as good, then either more likely someone won't want to go there, or two, that could affect how they think, and then three, that could get people not to want to get help at a place because they feel not as motivated, not as positive. They think less of the place. Another thing is how do I put this? Shouldn't we really go, not even just above and beyond, way beyond, how we see other people when it comes to loving them unconditionally, and that it's open arms, be there when anyone needs it, be that hope, be that beacon of light, and when a place doesn't look very good, or it looks good but not great, then it's we're not saying that great message of this is a place of hope where you don't have to be homeless anymore. And you don't need a mansion, right, to make this happen. It even sounds ridiculous. However, how awesome it would be to do that. And then cause for two reasons. One, they end up going there and be obviously you don't want to stay there. You don't want to be homeless. But then they'll be that much more excited of wanting to go from homelessness to their own place. And then when they get their own place, if it's not as good as that mansion, you know what that mansion place will do? That place will want to get them to be having as much money as possible. However, see, with this cause, I used to want to have a business to be rich myself. But then my mindset was no, I shouldn't think like that. I'm a Christian. I'm not a perfect Christian. There is no such thing as a perfect Christian. Only God and Jesus is perfect. I need to be, if I'm going to want to be rich, I should be doing to want to make the world a better place. And with a mansion, they go to a place that's helping them, and then they get out of there and they want to have the kind of money that could, get a mansion one day, but they want to make the world a better place with that money. They want to be great, but in a loving way, when they're at a place that's it's just far beyond what's, an everyday basis thing that you'd expect or you'd see that, isn't just, a great place. It's a great place to help others. It's a great place to make the world a better place. It's a great place giving people hope. Creating better homeless shelters. Many things we can do to create better homeless shelters. Making them look nicer. Creating them like mansions, which should be nicer. Helping anyone, who goes there, with whatever problems. If you struggle with marriage, and is that what affected you being homeless? If you struggle with single parenting, has that affected you being homeless? Have you struggled with addiction, has that affected you being homeless? Have you struggled with keeping a job, has that affected you being homeless? Have you struggled with money, has that affected you being homeless? Have you struggled with having hope, has that struggled with being homeless? Have you struggled with depression, has that affected you being homeless? There are many things to make a better homeless shelter. Or homeless shelters, because the goal is to create better homeless shelters all around the U.S. and world. And, provide more housing and membership places and many other things. So, another video on making the world a better place. Hope you'll be a part of this cause, because this isn't just something that I want to be I want you to be a part of this cause because I'm here to make the world a better place. And this is a great cause. No. Not like that at all. This is a great cause where you can be excited, where you can find love, where you can find unconditional love, where you can find that hope, where we can go above and beyond, where everybody can be included, where there is that solution that is not just for some, but for all, including all. Nobody left out. The solution is right where you need it. That there will be direction, where you can find the answers within this cause. And even though the answer's already there in life through God and Jesus in general, that this cause will help to bring that about, even more so than already has been. And that you can be a part of it. You can find something amazing in life because of something great like this. Life can be great for all. Be a part of something great. And hope you found this inspiring in general to make the world a better place, to have your life become better. Helping others help yourself. Life is great. Love all. Be that hope. Make the best of your life. Make the world a better place.